All right, guys, we're going to give you a review of our first stop on Journey with Johnson's, the Europe trip, and it's to Athens, Greece. And, the prior year we had actually gone to Santorini, Greece, where we really had only gone down to the Greek islands. And, for us, Bethany was like, I really want to start in Athens. And, it really is such a like a cradle of civilization historically. So we flew in there. Again, it was a long day of travel because we left midday from Seattle and we didn't get to Greece until the next day in the evening. So we really settled in. But the location that we picked was right in an area called Plaka. And if you look that up on the map, there's the Acropolis Museum. And so we had an Airbnb on a pedestrian-only street right by the museum, right below the Acropolis. And the great thing was, we were able to get settled in right that first night. And of course, one of the things that became just a habit for us was to go get gelato and go get the kids fueled up and, keep them happy and excited that we're at these places. And so that first night we were able to go right out on, and, it was really cool because the Plaka area is just lively, lots of shops.
The oldest city in Athens.
But here's one of the things that we did the first day, and we started to duplicate this. So this is something we highly recommend. There's a tour service the first next day. Yes, when we got some sleep. It's called Tours with Locals. And what we liked about it is we got about a 3-hour tour, and he really took us, and we got to see just snippets of a lot of things. We got the Acropolis, we got to see the changing of the guard, the Olympic Stadium, things like that. But what it does is you get the local flair, local stories. So again, connecting to experience, not just walking through a museum. And then it also gives you a peek on like, hey, we want to go there next. Oh, and we were always asking questions of people. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we want to teach our kids on the trips, and even with ourselves, is, curious people create relationships. And so by asking questions, you discover things and you're like, wow, I want to go look at that. So that first day, we got to go get some great food, get some breakfast, go experience in Plaka, but also do that tour. So we were able to see all these places that the next day we were able to go see.
And I'll just add, the tours by locals, the other thing that we really love about it is it really adds the heartbeat of, the city or the country that you're traveling through, because these locals live and breathe their culture. When traveling with kids, it's very helpful because you're not stuck on a tour bus with a whole bunch of people and feeling rushed to get your kids on and off to help make all these other people happy. This person goes at your pace, and they will even change certain things as needed, and you get to just travel with your family. Yeah. So it's really fun and entertaining.
Like usually we're like, hey, where's your favorite little local gelato spot? Or where's your little favorite mom and pop place where we can get some authentic food? That's some of the things. And just one of the things that, because it's kind of like the first video for the first city and having little kids, is we had these little wrist leashes that we got for the little kids.
In our videos, yep.
And you'll see that, and it allowed them to be safe. And kind of as we're starting to navigate and start the trip, and the older kids, a lot of times we had them attached together, and it was like, this is your buddy. You're one person, kind of like in marriage, it says you're one flesh. So we're teaching the kids, the older kids with the little kids, like, hey, you're mine. Everywhere you go, they go. You got to keep. And so it kind of trained the older kids that no matter what, it wasn't just mom and dad head on a swivel keeping track. It taught those kids as we went through the airport and as we first got to Athens, which was a pretty, busy touristy area with people. Tourist areas also have people that are wanting to sell you stuff and distract you and stuff like that. So we educated the kids on, hey, watch for distraction or watch for this, but you're going to be attached. And so some of those simple security things, but Athens was very, extremely clean. The people were just extremely happy to see all the kids. They were really, really happy. We felt safe at all times. And so that was really one of the great things, to have that as the first landing spot where we didn't have a car and we could just walk and go around to everything.
Absolutely.